How about that for 1-3 to start the season for the Ohio State Buckeyes? They defeat Texas 14-7, 14 points. That's all it took. A hyped matchup, had some huge plays, some big moments. I know a lot of talk about not the high scoring, but man, this was a fun matchup. We're going to react here with some takeaways, some other news going on around this game. Welcome to the Ohio State Football Report. Billy Beebe with you. First things first, like the video to celebrate a little bit. Ohio State gets the dub to start the season in the final moments. Big plays all around. You can find them everywhere, and I want to celebrate with you guys. Best way to do it, give this video a like. First things first, do want to update you on the injury situation. Kenyatta Jackson Jr., the Buckeyes are going to need him. They needed him today, didn't play his best, and he exits the game third quarter on that goal line stand against Arch Manning. He had a leg injury. We did see him post-game celebrating with teammates, having a good time with teammates. That makes me feel better. Ryan Day notes it's not a long-term injury. And also, no offense to the schedule coming up here, but Ohio State, lesser opponents lined up in the next few weeks. So Jackson, even if he needs that time off or some breaks, I think this is a good time for him. And I'm glad to see it's nothing serious. The big guys, the legs can be a real issue. So Jackson exits in the third, not serious. And I figure we'll see him here in a week or two. Takeaways from this game today. Again, not an overly high-scoring game, so the offense going to have to take a back seat in the takeaways department today. We will get to some good offensive stuff. Defense came ready to go, man. They were great. The number one defense in the nation last year replaced some guys and still looks exactly the same. Still looks as talented. Really, really good. And they had the matchup of Arch Manning coming into Columbus with a lot of hype behind him. I talked during our watch party about how the Buckeyes weren't being talked about enough. It was all about Arch. It was all about Texas, number one, so-and-so. And Ohio State's defense shut him down. I really thought we were heading for a shutout in this one. Manning had his own struggles. I think there's going to be a gray area where you have to decipher if Manning was bad or the Ohio State defense was good. And I think the Ohio State defense is talented enough to say that it played a big part in the victory. Davison Igbinosun, we noted him as a guy that we had to have make plays during this game with the taller receivers. Ironically, the taller receiver scored on a play where Igbinosun wasn't covering him, Livingstone. So Igbinosun played really great, though. He had a great game, good coverage, a lot of plays where you could pick him out. Great tackling day for him, a big pass breakup in this game. So Igbinosun came ready to go with that defense. He was a player to watch for me. He stepped up and did it. Jermaine Matthews Jr., he did get beat for that touchdown, but man, that interception really took the air out of whatever Texas was building, and it really sparked the what is Arch doing out there, because Matthews tracked the receiver perfectly, stays with them, and gets the interception. Again, bringing momentum and keeping momentum with the Ohio State defense at that point in the game. I told you pregame, I told you a week ago, I couldn't have let you in on Arvell Reese more. He had a huge day with two very big plays, one on a fourth and short, where he got the stop for the Buckeyes on the tackle, and then he ended up sacking Arch Manning during the game. Huge moment. I had to go nuts for that one because Arvell Reese is my guy this season. I'm hyping him up. He is a big part of this defense. He let people know, yes, Sonny Styles is that Blocko captain, that big-time leader, but I'm going to be a big part of this defense too, big part of this linebacker group. He showed it today, man. That stat line is great, and I think it almost should be like little flames coming out of it too, because it was just a special day for a young player that is really going to get playing time this year for the first time in his college career, a lot of playing time. So for the Buckeyes, let's give it a grade. Grade Ohio State's performance versus Texas today. I've already seen some scattered opinions, but I want to hear from you. A, B, C, D, or F? Let me know down in the comments below. Julian Sayin can hang. He can hang with the best of them. The goal that Ryan Day had for Julian Sayin, it wasn't this many completions. It wasn't this many touchdowns. It wasn't yards. Get the win. Keep Ohio State in the game. Make it so they are in it late, that when the moments come, he keeps control and gets it done, and that's exactly what Sayin did. No, this is not a flashy stat line, but it is a stat line that got it done for the Buckeyes today. Really important. And look, you can get in a game like this with a young quarterback like this, and next thing you know, he's costing you the game. Sayin did the opposite, kept in control, didn't do too much, did enough to get the Buckeyes the victory, 14-7. You're going to need more going forward, but for today against Texas, I like what Sayin did. He can hang with the best of them. Today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Football season is back, and so is Prize Picks, the best daily fantasy sports app. Prize Picks is the best place to win real money this football season. It's easy to play Prize Picks as you just pick more or less on stat projections on 2 to 6 player lineups. If you get your lineup right, you can win up to 2,000 times your money. That's right, you can turn $10 into $20,000 with certain Prize Picks lineups. Great to have football back, taking a look at some deals going on with Prize Picks, running it down a 3-player lineup to take a look at here with Dak Prescott, with Xavier Worthy, and with Ashton Genty, talking about more passing yards, more rushing yards, and more rushing reception touchdowns on that one. So the best way to do that, download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game. Link in the comments and description to get started today. We appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring today's Ohio State football report. The next takeaway from the Buckeyes' victory against Texas, this is a deep roster. Surprise, surprise, right? We talked about that. We've noted that many times. But you get in a game like this against the number 1 team in the country, and it proves itself to be true. Let's start with CJ Donaldson. We expected Donaldson and James Peoples to kind of be both the starting running backs and both be making plays, but I thought Peoples would be number 1 and then Donaldson kind of would fill in where he could and make some plays here and there. They went to Donaldson on a whole drive, 10 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown on that drive. The West Virginia transfer running back is who you went to when you absolutely had to put a scoring drive together. He finishes the day, 19 carries, 67 yards. Again, this is just really not a guy that was on your radar as an Ohio State fan until he transferred to Columbus, and he got you going offensively today. That was his drive. A couple nice plays in between, of course, but 10 carries, 31 yards at that point, got him in the end zone. The transfer running back did that. And then it wasn't a Heisman campaign start for Jeremiah Smith, but as figured, other options got opportunities. Carnell, Tate, really your wide receiver 2, I would say your wide receiver 2 for the Buckeyes, goes up and snags that huge touchdown for Ohio State to get them their second touchdown of the day. Smith, triple covered, double covered, play after play after play. Big play, little bit of an underthrown ball from Julian Sayin. Tate goes up, snags it, and makes a play like a wide receiver 1. Again, we've said they have a deep team, but in a big game like this, you love that these guys proved it to you. Need that one-word reaction to this one. Ohio State 14, Texas 7. Give me one word to describe Ohio State's victory against Texas. All right, let's get into some tough stuff here with the takeaways. Buckeyes have some work to do on that offensive line. They needed extra blocking from tight end. They didn't get a lot of short yardage situations. They really struggled to make room for the running backs. Has to be better going forward. Tough matchup. Texas is a very good defensive line. Saw it today. We saw it plenty. They were all over the quarterback. They stuffed to the run constantly. And Ohio State countered, to Ryan Day's credit, by putting 2, 3, I think I saw 4 at one point, tight ends on the field helping the blocking. Wasn't enough. CJ Donaldson, 19 carries for 67 yards in an Ohio State offense. Any Ohio State offense. Not enough. James Peoples, who I talked about, 10 carries for 20 yards. Help. Open the holes. Get some help going. Need some work on that offensive line. Tough to say after a victory to get after guys like this, but if Ohio State's going to run the ball well, they need help from their offensive line to do so. You want to subscribe now just so you can get more Ohio State football content this season. Our watch party was fun. Got more videos coming out, instant reaction, other videos following and getting you set for games galore. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. O-line needs work. D-line needs work. The defensive line did not get after Arch Manning. Arch Manning got in his own way many times today. Wasn't a situation where he was running for his life, throwing bad balls. Wasn't a situation where the run was getting stuffed time after time after time. The defensive line had a real issue getting after the quarterback specifically today. Expected a lot from this defensive tackle room starting off. Edric Houston, Caden McDonald, both have been heard star. And really, after we previewed some depth at that position, it was those two guys most of the day. They didn't show up. Texas ran the ball really well at points. Ohio State got some, most of the game, I would say, actually. Ohio State got some stops, which helped them. But getting after the quarterback, stuffing the run consistently was not there for the defensive tackles. It also was not there for the defensive ends and edge rushers. As I said, Kenyatta Jackson Jr., he left early with that leg injury. I didn't see him much, though, besides a tackle he had that he kind of helped out on. Caden Curry looked a little exhausted, got pushed around a little bit. Again, no sacks there for the Buckeyes. And Bo Atkinson, once maybe, just wasn't it. CJ Hicks had the huge play at the end of the game, so I do want to give him credit. He kind of forced Arch to dump it to the tight end, and Caleb Downs took him down. Your only sack today was Arvell Reese. That should tell you what your defensive line did for you. Arch had tons of time to throw in this one. So not only the offensive line struggling, the defensive line, who I gave my stamp of approval on as a group, could not get it going against Texas. Again, number one team in the country. You may just see them immediately burst against lesser competition or as the season goes on. That's my hope. Takeaways, a lot to take away from that one against Ohio State. 14 points gets it done. My prediction of 31-21, trash, but we will have so much more here for you on the Ohio State Football Report.